What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and before we get to our video, we wanted to let you know about our milestone giveaway for 1,000 subscribers.
We are giving away an Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. This is the first appearance of Silk, the original Sin tie-in. I'm sure everybody is familiar with this book. This is a CBCS 9.8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Big boy.
This book is much hotter than it was when we first bought it for the show.
Yep, that's true.
You insist on still giving it away, and I'm very happy to do it.
You can tell that he is not. But anyway, we are giving this away when we hit 1,000 subscribers. Kick-ass, key issue, first appearance of Silk, is someone's going to win this book. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get to the video, shall we? All right, so like today, we got up this morning, got the boys up, we had breakfast. You know, usually on Saturdays we go like to the grocery store. Today, Sarah, my wife, was like, "Hey, put ketchup on the grocery list." Now I can't read it.
Yikes! That's a dad joke for sure.
They're all dad jokes. It's always a dad joke.
It's always a dad joke. I guess you're right, but that was like big time dad joke. I don't know about that one, but
It was quite literal.
That didn't literally happen though.
Do you want me to go get the list?
Yeah, go get the ketchup covered list, please.
Let's start the show. What up, YouTube? It's Two Fat Guys Pull Us, and we've got another new comic book day video for you for the week of July 27th. Yes, we are almost done with July, and we have. I guess you know what? We have a very itty bitty pool when it comes to Marvel, and you're gonna find out soon why. You're also gonna find out soon why we don't have any X books this week. And it's because we have a 92-page Spider-Man book coming out this Wednesday, and
it's got my favorite artist on the cover.
Cover, but he's not on the interiors. He's not in the interiors. So I think I'm jumping back on. Okay.
Oh.
I think I'm jumping back on.
Are you caught up?
No, and I will get caught up before before our show this Sunday. But I think I'm gonna bite the bullet, get through it. Ramita's not on this issue, but then he's gonna jump right back on. But there seems to be a lot of things going on with Spidey here. Coming up here in the future that I think we're gonna want to be involved with, so I'm gonna jump on. I will tell you now, I will be bitching and moaning the entire time about the artwork, but I got to give Zeb Wells his due. I got to let him, I got to make sure that he's being supported. But Marvel will be getting a stern letter coming from me every week that this book comes out until we get a new artist. That being said, I will not be picking up this cover. I don't. The other thing is the 1 in 100 is this cover just without the trade dress. Like,
is it really?
Yeah, dude. A 1 in 100. Who would buy the 1 in 100 John Romita Jr.?
Well, there's someone out there that is that big of a Romita Jr. fan.
I'm sorry. So I'm either gonna get this one, which is the Tedesco 1 in 25, which I think is fabulous, or if they have it at the shop, the Sue variant, which I think is really cool. And I actually like this cover the most because I feel like it's the most representative of what Spidey is going to be dealing with in this issue, which is remind me of the name of the villain again. That's going to be
Sinister Adaptoid.
So Adaptoid will be taking all of the Sinister Six's traits, powers, whatever, and just adapting him to himself. I think it's pretty dope. I felt like the cover A just, look, it's the Sinister Six. Well, they're not really in it. It's Adaptoid. Yeah. So,
I'm actually going to see if, because, I have this subbed and I've already subbed all the cover A's, so I've already technically got cover A, but I'm going to see if Lee might let me switch this out for the Momoko variant.
Ooh, yeah, the Silk Momoko variant.
Also, it's just a regular variant. It's not a ratio or anything.
Right. Also, I think Ed McGuinness is the artist that's going to be on the interiors, and he also has a variant cover which has the villain on it. So if you're looking for maybe like a spec book, maybe there's that situation there. So check it out. I'm gonna get.
Interesting.
Yeah, right.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. But I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, that's a wraparound variant too.
Because guess what? Next week, the week after,
Huh?
we get another Spider-Man book.
Yeah.
No. All right. Next up, we have Iron Cat issue number 2 from Jed MacKay. I did not initially review the first issue of Iron Cat on the show, but it really is just a continuation of his Black Cat book, which I really liked. And Iron Cat, just to let you know, is not Black Cat in the suit. It's like somebody that she used to work with that's like super pissed at her. So we'll see. I'm digging, any kind of Iron Man content that we get. Obviously, it was announced earlier today when we were recording this video that MacKay's run is ending at 25 with Iron Man. So I'm just trying to get as much MacKay, Iron Man.
No, Christopher Cantwell.
Oh, Cantwell. I'm sorry. I'm so off. Well, Cantwell, still sad.
It's still sad because it's still canceled, and I still hate it.
By the way, Cantwell, if you're watching our show, please reach out to us. We would love to interview you.
Yeah,
everybody
reach out to us, dummy.
Well, please.
He's busy.
Hey guys, all you fatties that watch our show, tag
hit up Chris on Twitter. Tell him that you want to see us talk to him.
Yeah, hit Cantwell up on Twitter. Tell him he needs to do an interview with Two Fat Guys Bulls. Anyway, Iron Cat. It may or may not be on the show, but we'll see. All right, after that, we have Obi-Wan, issue number 3.
Obi-Wan.
Issue 2 was fun. I felt like it was a little dense. It was a little thick.
You're a little dense, a little thick.
It was just a little thick. But it was fun. I had a great time, with Qui-Gon, Padawan. But really looking forward to this because it's Clone Wars. It's Obi-Wan at his peak, if you will. At least action wise, I think, obviously he was much stronger within the Force, as an older individual, preparing himself to become a Force ghost, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. But we should be getting some cool, like Clone Wars story, Commander Cody, maybe even a little bit of Anakin. Remains to be seen.
Yeah. The solicitations for this issue have me super excited because the last line says, this battle reminds Obi-Wan of an age-old question that he has wrestled with throughout his life.
Ooh.
Is a Jedi's true purpose in war. And I think that's, to me, one of the most interesting dilemmas that Jedi always have throughout Star Wars. That they're not just straight up warriors, that they could be, and if they were trained as a warrior force, they would be pretty elite, but they're not. And so what exactly does that look like? I don't know. That whole sort of mesh has always been very interesting to me.
Yeah, it should be fun. Well, I'm very looking forward to this issue, so we will see. Hey, I'm interrupting the video because I have something important to tell you. I know you know about our sub giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. This one right here. I know you know about that one because we talk about it all the time. But did you know we're giving away a slab at 750 subscribers? That's right. We're giving away this second printing of Silver Surfer Black issue number 1 with Null on the cover when we hit 750 subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. Let's get back to the video. All right, we're going to jump into DC with Action Comics 1045, Death from Below. We are continuing the War World arc with Philip Kennedy Johnson. Technically
the penultimate issue.
Technically, I'm not reading it. And
it's because you cry baby. It's okay.
No, I'm not cry baby. It's just it's taking too long. It's taking way too long. I feel like we've been in War World way too long. And I think you said that the other day.
So what I said the other day was, I think that the underneath part of the story, the moral, the compass, the sort of showing Superman as a man of the people, of the oppressed, and that it's not just his chosen people or the people of Earth or anything like that. I thought that was a really, really, really good and deep story that it has taken this long to tell and has been justifiable in its length. Now, the actual plot, the surface plot that's taking us and telling us that story has been dragging, for sure. There's no doubt. It's definitely been dragging. And so, I am ready for this to be concluded. And this is, I don't know if, so this is technically the penultimate issue within Action Comics, but for those of you that are keeping up, make sure we've got 1045, 1046, and then we have a one-shot War World Ends or Alpha Omega one-shot.
Yep.
that comes out between that and 1047, which is the start of the crossover with Superman Son of Kal-El. So
All right.
we will be doing something different soon, just not yet.
So probably we'll all jump back on. So
Yeah.
we shall see. All right. After that,
Yes.
we've got Detective Comics issue 1062 from Ramby. This is the start of a new arc, new writer, new artist. Just ever since it was announced, I was just ready for it. And I know that was not fair to Tamaki's run, and I apologize. I did not review her last 3 books fairly.
It's all right. We'll forgive you.
Sure, but this is coming.
I mean, not yet, but one
Whatever.
day.
This is here. I'm super excited. I'll probably even say this is my potential pick of the week, just because Ram is just so stinking strong. Like he's just his chops, man. Like his chops are thick.
Yep. And I'm actually super stoked as well for the Sice Barrier backups as well. I don't remember exactly if it says what those are supposed to be about.
Is our artist the same artist that's on the cover?
No, the cover artist is Evan Cagle, and the interior artist is Raphael Albuquerque.
Okay. Albuquerque.
Yes.
Albuquerque.
Let's not.
Okay. I'm excited. I feel like I remember reading somewhere like this. We're getting more like an opera tone coming into this.
Yeah, sort of like a yeah.
I don't know. I'm down.
I don't care. Whatever Rob V says, I read.
More being anonymous on gargoyles, please. I would dig that. All right, we've spent enough time on here. Next up, we have Robin issue number 16, the penultimate issue from Williamson. I think we're both kind of bummed that this run is ending, because I felt like we were really I don't know. To me, Damian, I know everyone's got their own thoughts and views on Damian, but for us as new DC readers, and I have said that so many times now, at some point we have to just jump off that train, but I'm gonna use it here, right here. I felt like we really grew with this character, and I can almost kind of claim him as oh yeah, I'm really into Damian. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I've seen him kind of grow in this, and not just see him as calculated, right? We got all these little snippets of him having these ideas of being just a normal kid. With him kind of potentially exploring, some kind of relationship with Flatline, and him being into manga. And I was like, dude, this is dope. And so to see it kind of ending, I really hope we get more soon.
Yes. And as someone who is going back and reading the Grant Morrison run in Batman,
yeah,
holy hell, do I hate that Damian. So very for this one right here.
Gotcha.
A little bit more of a mature Damian I like.
Let's see if we can build up a relationship here. I really do hope when we get to issue 17, we get and this will be continued in blah, 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 or Robin.
We will. It's going to say continued in Batman versus Robin by Mark Waid, which we've already seen.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. All right, let's jump into our Independence with Boom Studios House of Slaughter issue number 7 from A Tiny Onion.
Yes, this is the second issue of the Scarlet arc. We missed a month with Tinian getting super busy doing a bunch of
Substack
cons and Substacks and all kinds of stuff. And he's actually only co-writing this, so I don't. On the first arc, it was only saying that he was an editor or something, him and the artist. And on this arc, they're credited as co-writers and co-artists. So I wonder if they're a little bit more involved. Anyway, this is the second issue of the second arc, which basically follows, I don't remember his name, Edwin, I think is his name, and he is a Scarlet Mask. He is basically the historian for the Order of St. George, and he is sent to an island where a possible eye-eating monster is being manifested, because a bunch of kids get eye injuries at summer boys camp, and they're like, oh, there's a fucking eye-eating monster out there, and now they're being dumbasses and manifesting a real monster. So it seems like our historian Edward is probably going to be in over his head. In the last issue, it seemed like he was just about coming in contact with the monster and might have to fight it off and try to contain it before a Black Mask can get there and help him.
Yeesh.
This has been phenomenal. If you love Something is Killing the Children, and for some reason you're not picking this up, you're making a big mistake. Need to get this one too.
Well, speaking of Something's Killing the Children, we've got Something's Killing the Children issue number 25 from Tiny Onion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I can say else I can say different besides like this this never stops or never misses a beat or never skips a step. It's always so good. We're on the third arc where Erica is basically we're back to the original timeline. There for a while we did a little flashback, but now we're back to where Erica has traveled to a new town. This is much more of a small town. And we're really not sure what has manifested this monster, whereas we were very sure by even issue 2 or 3 what the monster was from in the first town, and we have no idea what it's from here. And so we've got a really good cast of characters. This very much has a and it's just because I just watched it that makes me think of this, but if you've seen Sharp Objects by HBO, just think of the small town, everyone's suspicious of you, the sheriff that's in over his head, sort of that sort of mentality. That's kind of what's going on here, but
right.
It's all aces. Anything Something is Killing the Children. I mean, anything Tinian. It's just gold.
How long do you think he's gonna go? Like, how many issues do you think he's gonna go?
I will tell you, I'm super worried that he's going to cut it off after this, which will probably be. He said this arc was going to be just as long as the first one. First one was 14 issues. This arc started in issue 21, so 35 is my prediction, which would make me very sad. I think he's probably already scripted it out, and then just letting Deladera, work on it as he sees fit.
Yeah.
And I'm really worried he's already ended it in his mind and has moved on to other projects, even though it's that successful. The only thing, the thing that makes me say that is because he is, from what I understand, pretty intimate with the Netflix acquisition of Something is Killing the Children, and is probably going to be writing the script for it, which is going to be very time consuming for him. And I think that Netflix was probably like, "Hey, bro, go ahead and rack the comic up. You're going to come write the show, and if you have more story you want to tell, and the show is successful, you can tell it here in the show."
I don't like that. That's
I don't like that. I'm just trying to be a realist. That's probably what I think.
Yeah.
I want absolutely nothing more than for this to get 100 issues, and I think it deserves it, and I think it could totally sustain it. But
yeah,
I just don't know that we're going to get there.
Oh, see what happens. All right. After that, we have from Image Comics, Chip Zdarsky's Public Domain issue number 2. This was kind of our silent sleeper, pick of the week. The last issue. I remember getting the book. Lee at the shop was just like, "You got to get this book. Like, you have to get it." And I was like, "Okay." I
wasn't gonna get it. I was borderline on my own, and I walked into the shop and was like, "I'm not gonna do it." And then she's like, "Did you get Public Domain?" And I was like,
"Fine." So we got it, and I remember looking at the interiors, and I was like, "Okay, Chip did this on his own." I'm like, "I just don't know, man. Like, I don't know. This is, And then I read it, and I was like, "Oh, wow, this is really good." If you don't know what Public Domain is, this is one of Chip's Substack books that has been out for a while via Substack, but now it is being printed, via Flappy, for everyone to, enjoy. And I'm glad that it is, because this has been a really good book, and the whole idea of the comic industry and like who owns the rights and who should be given more praise and more recognition for some of this content that's being created that ends up becoming movies and TV shows and merchandise and all this jazz. We're kind of diving deep into that comic culture, and so I'm glad. I'm going to kind of shift it to a very brief Substack rant, in the sense that I'm really digging, unfortunately, for the creator, I guess. I don't know how to say this right. I'm glad that I'm getting a physical copy of this book and I'm not having to sub to Substack, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you said it the other day, like, it's kind of good that we're getting it now, because it seems like it did well. It did well on Substack to the point where Chip probably approached Image and was like, "Hey, this is a great story. Maybe you should print it." And they're like,
Yeah, I think Substack is sort of like a the people that are willing to pay for the Substack are kind of like our beta testers, and if it makes it past them, then I'm sure it's got to be good, right? I mean, if it made it past those guys, then good chance that it's going to be at least print worthy. So
Right. And I
that
think,
at least keeps out really bad stories.
right. And we're getting Substack stories from Tiny Onion. We're getting Substack stories from, we just announced from Donny Cates and what's the artist? Ryan Stegman, which I'm super stoked for. The one that I wish we were getting an announcement for, but I don't think it'll ever be completed, is Jonathan Hickman's Substack, where he's got all these awesome writers. It's never going to happen.
I don't even think they've put out an issue yet.
I don't believe they have. I think
it's
just
all
been
just
like,
it'd be super cool if we did this. It'd be super cool if we did that.
yeah, like nope. Out. Anyway, go check out Public Domain. It's a really good book if you're into like getting into the meta, the deepness of just the comic book industry for writers and artists, and even companies like Disney or DC. So check it out. All right, after that, from Image, we have Radiant Black, issue number 16. It looks like all of our baddies are getting ready to team up to go against the Radiants. I say it every time. The action for the story, the cosmicness of the story, even the Nathan of the story is really good. But it still really feels like every issue we get a little bit of that, and then we get more character building. And I'm like, look, we're 16 issues in. I feel like we know, or at least for me, I feel like I know who these characters are. I know if they're good or if they're bad or if they're douchebags or if they're jerks. And it just seems like Higgins is just beating it with a bat. Just like, no, we have to dig deep into these characters' motivations. And like, there are parts that really do work, like with Nathan, and I can't remember the name of the other character that's actually Radiant Black, but the divide that's being built right now with the fact that Nathan is not
Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall. Now the Marshall's Radiant Black and Nathan isn't, but he's being contacted by the robot. I'm digging that. But whenever it's going back to like, I'm a failed writer and I'm not going back to LA, like I don't care. I don't care. So pick it up.
Yeah. I think I've made this illusion before too, but it's kind of like Kyle Higgins has ADHD and has like a spider web of different arcs and storylines that he wants to do. But instead of focusing on one and then moving on to the other, we're getting snaps of each one. And here we are 16 issues later, and we have an interesting and compelling story from the snippets that we've gotten, but we don't actually have a really good linear story so far.
Yeah, I would agree.
With that being said, we're 16 issues in and still buying it, so obviously it's doing something right enough for us to still be here.
I think what it is for me is it's the promise that was kind of made with Supermassive, which I'm super about. I don't know if you are, but I'm just like, I know that they're trying to build this supermassive multiverse, and I want to be in it, and I give certain characters that are getting their own one shots or minis a chance, and some of them I'm still picking up, some of them I'm not. Like Radiant Red, I picked up the first issue. I was like, I'm good. The Hellfire
picked up and dropped too.
Huh?
You picked up and dropped Rogue Sun as well.
Yeah, Rogue Sun, but I went in Rogue Sun for about 5 issues, and then I was like, okay, I'm done.
That's why I am not. I do not have any sort of hope in the Supermassive promise because those titles flopped.
I know, but I dug the concept with Supermassive was cool. So I maybe just
we still have a graphic novel that's supposed to come out pretty soon, so we'll see with that one.
Yeah, that one looks cool too. It's like Dragonfire or something like that, or Red Dragon, or I can't remember.
I think it's the pink Radiant.
But the Supermassive one, there was a chick from a multi-universe that was like a dragon, like Red Dragon.
I have no idea.
Anyway, there is a graphic novel for that one too. So,
okay.
Moving on. All right, our last book of the night, we have Mindset, issue number 2, from Zach Kaplan and John Parsons. The first issue was good. It was really fun. There's definitely some mirroring going on with some other books, Department of Truth. But that's okay. The idea of this whole like technology controlling you and you really not having any form of control, you're a robot. Arnor. That's just going to be, I dig it. And then, art wise, it's very similar to Department of Truth. So I am giving it an issue 2. We'll see if it goes past that, but it's kind of on the fence. It's kind of on the fence.
Yeah. I mean, this is for sure one that will. It'll be an issue by issue. It's not sitting in my pull list. I don't have any plans to add it, but it's it's scratching an itch that I am interested in, and plus, you can't go wrong with these Martin Simmons covers. And it looks like he's doing the covers for at least the first 5 issues. So
All right.
I'll probably pick up all 5 issues, even if I don't like them, just to add them to my Simmons collection.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, the other reason why we do this is because we want to try to add independent books where we feel like we need to add them. Like just to not to bulk up the show, but we just want to give other books a shot. Now, clearly, we are not picking up every independent book that's coming out today, but there's some that just catch our eye that we want to give a shot. So hopefully, Mindset can kind of move the needle.
There are plenty of independent books that we have missed just because they're so overwhelming. So sometimes it feels like when you get one that has something to draw you, like a Chris Simmons cover, you just kind of jump on it and then see if it'll stick.
100%. All right, well, that's going to do it for the new Comic Book Day video for the week of July 27th. Let us know down in the comments, what are you going to read first? Or actually, what are you picking up today? What are you going to read first? What's your pick of the week? And maybe what's the one book that you're like, why did I pick this up? Oh, it's because I already subbed to it and I feel bad that I gotta buy it.
Oh, that's me in Avengers 58.
Oops. Anyway, so let us know down in the comments about that. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, give us a like, because we can't do the show without you. Well, we could, but it would be really dumb if we did do the show and we didn't have any support. But we do have support
because for a while. So
yeah, we did do that for a while. But now we're at 693 subscribers as of right now, recording this video. So we got to uphold that. But we're trying to hit 750 subscribers. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share this show out to your friends. Anybody that may be thinking about getting into comics or is into comics and hasn't really dabbed in watching YouTube video reviews or just two fat guys talking about comics, point them here first before you point them any other direction, because we're trying to hit 750 and then obviously we want to get to 1,000. So we'll see you guys this Sunday, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, where we'll be reviewing all these books live here on YouTube. And then we'll do some new Comic Book Day videos the next week. And then there's new news coming out for Marvel and DC and comic book books and shows. And there's all kinds of stuff going on because San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now. Just saying, I just saw the new She-Hulk trailer and oh my God.
I need to watch that.
Huh! So good. Anyway, because somebody shows up at the end. Anyway, check that out. We'll see you guys this Sunday. And as always, read more comics, be kind to one another, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later. Where's my mouse?